Valor Fights 27 at the International in Knoxville alongside Casey Oxendine from Team Oxendine. I am Vince Ferrara. Thank you so much for joining us. Another great night, and we've still got a lot more action in store for you. Our next bout is a catchweight bout at 165 pounds. It's Roy Real Steel Sanders, who is 0-9 with some tough competition out of Coburn, Virginia, taking on Cory Browning, who is 1-0 out of Team NKI. Cory Browning, the one man to beat the Bosnian Barn Cat. It's pretty good to have on your resume.
Oh, absolutely. He did it by knockout, and that's even says more. And, he comes in tonight with a 1-0 record. He's facing off against Roy Sanders, who's been around for many, many years. He's, of course, a pro boxer as well as mixed martial arts competitor. 0-9, looking to get that one.
So that is our next bout. Let's go to the cage and get things started. Here is Cody Gwynn.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for your final 5 fights of the night. All 5 of these fights will be 3 5-minute rounds in the professional division sanctioned by the Tennessee State Athletic Commission. We're going to kick things off at a catchweight of 165 pounds, brought to you by Fracture Fightwear. Please welcome to the cage, fighting out of the Hogs red corner, Roy Sanders.
Roy Sanders at 0-9, an independent fighter out of Coburn, Virginia, the 32-year-old, looking to get that first pro win in this pro MMA bout catchweight division. What specifically stands out to you about Roy Sanders?
I can barely hear you. All I hear is upon circumstance as he enters the cage, formerly of the Macho Man Randy Savage, and now it's all Roy Sanders. I'll say that the guy can throw his hands. He's been around for many years. He has a way about himself inside the cage, and has a ton of respect all the way around, whether it be inside or outside of competition. Like I said, I believe he definitely will be wanting to keep it on the feet. He's standing 6'3", but again, he is 32 years old. He's getting up there in years just like the rest of us.
And he had an extensive amateur career as well. 20 fights in his amateur career before he turned pro, and has fought the likes of Roy Sanders, fought the likes of Dalton Fox. That was at Apex Fight 6. Lost that by KO, and a number of others. Really good names, and he's taken on a lot of comers. Jonathan Hughes, Josh Cade, his first pro bout.
I remember that fight.
Was a armbar submission, second round loss to Josh Cade. So a very game Roy Sanders, looking for that elusive first win. Maybe a streak goes after you get that right through and get that first one.
Yeah, absolutely. He's doing it because he wants to do it. And, too many times people quit. They're like, I lost. It's all about your own personal goals and doing it because you want to be here. And we're happy to have him here.
And what stands out about Cory Browning?
Man, you mentioned it earlier, that big knockout, he's got some heavy hands, a competent grappler on the ground, BJJ blue belt, he trains with Greg and Brandon McMahon, and, tough individual.
All right, we'll talk more about Cory in a second. Back to the cage and Cody Gwynn.
Now, please welcome his opponent, fighting in the OEB blue corner, Cory Browning.
Cory Browning 1-0 out of Team NKI in Knoxville as this place gets really, really loud. The 26-year-old Cory Browning. You were saying about Cory.
Well, I was saying that, he's never been to the third round ever in his career, So that means something explosive is always going to happen. Typically earlier than later, more than later. Very exciting to watch.
Take a look at the tail of the tape. You see the record, quite different. Age, quite different as well, as Cory Browning is 6 years younger than Roy Sanders. Height advantage, though, for Sanders, 4 inches taller. And then Sanders weighed in 5 pounds heavier than Cory Browning. Cory Browning, as an amateur, was 4-1, won his first 4 amateur bouts. Then he lost to Dalton Fox as well. Both of these fighters, their last loss was to Dalton Fox, although
Cory Browning lost to Dalton Fox his last amateur fight and then went into his pro career and rematched and won as decisively as he lost. So, and then you've got Dahmer. That was a shocking defeat as well. You know what I mean? Like, it was a very similar fashion. So, with all this heavy leather swinging around, you never know what can happen. That's where that's at.
Yeah, and so both of them in their last bout was against Dalton Fox, but you're right, a bounce back for Cory Browning will look to get win number 2 in his professional MMA career. That win over Dalton Fox, Valor Fights 18, that was via triangle choke. That was in only 39 seconds. And you're right, that was even quicker than what Fox defeated Browning by prior to. So, Cory Browning is in the cage, and we're ready for this MMA bout. Let's go there. Cody Gwynn.
Ladies and gentlemen, your opening professional bout will be at a catch weight of 165 pounds, brought to you by Fracture Fightwear. When the action begins, your referee in charge of this bout is Josh Ward. Introducing first, fighting out of the Hogs red corner. He steps in the cage now with a record 0 wins with 9 defeats. He weighed in 166 pounds, fighting out of Coburn, Virginia, Roy Real Steel Sanders. Standing across the cage tonight, fighting out of the OEB blue corner with an undefeated pro record of 1 win with no defeats. He weighed in 161 pounds, fighting out of Team NKI in Knoxville, Tennessee, Cory Browning.
Josh Ward, your referee in this professional MMA bout at 165 pounds catch weight. Roy Real Steel Sanders in the blue trunks, Cory Browning in the black trunks. Standing room only here at the International in Knoxville. The VIP area, fans are all up against the cage. It is right behind them on cage level. They touch gloves and we're underway. 3 5-minute rounds.
There's a big shot right out of the gate by Roy Sanders there.
Sanders in the blue and Browning in the black. Those Venom trunks for Browning.
Jockeying for position, if you will, right here.
Roy Sanders, some of his losses during his career, a number of them have been via submission. Had some TKO via strikes in his losses as well. So not just one way, he has come up short. But again, we mentioned very good competition he has
faced. Here we go, look at this. Roy Sanders looking for the takedown. Browning ended up on top, and now Sanders worked his way back up to the feet. It looks like that Cory Browning may pick the ankle yet again here. And he is on top now.
They give you credit for a takedown for that?
Pardon?
They give you credit for a takedown because he lifted the leg. Do you get? You think the judges? Oh, and raining down.
I don't know it's going to matter at this point.
The mouthpiece is out. Browning raining down. And Roy Sanders trying to hang on.
Yeah, Roy's in a rough spot here, and he's going to have to move and hustle. He's kind of tied up upside down. Not a guard position, and and not passed into a crossbody or any kind of dominant position for Cory. But Cory has a wide open shot at the face of Roy Sanders here.
That mouthpiece
with
is
that
still
left
out.
hand.
I'm sorry, Casey. I think that mouthpiece is still out underneath Sanders.
Yeah, another big shot there by Cory Browning.
Oh, Browning landing with those rights. Going body back to the head. Corner calling for elbows, and oh man, straight shots right down the middle landed by Browning.
Oh, here we go.
Side control.
Yeah, crossbody position by Cory Browning. Taking his time here.
And now he's got elbow already.
Yeah,
some swelling
we have
on the
some
right
cut.
eye.
Yeah, we have some blood here.
That is not good for Sanders. You see the blood flowing out over the right eye with their swelling there as well. past the halfway
Oh,
point.
here we go,
round
iron
one.
cross. That's wide open shots for Cory Browning. Look for this thing to be stopped pretty quick here.
Wow.
Just
Browning.
tapping.
It's over. Cory Browning, impressive with the win as he moves to 2-0, a first-round win over Roy Sanders. Cory Browning getting it done from the get-go.
Yeah, what an explosive athlete here. You know, I'm again following through this this recap here. You've got crossbody, beautiful crossbody position, dropping that elbow. You see there was a cut forming already over the eye of Roy Sanders. He continues to put pressure here. Very shortly, you're going to see the iron cross, and once that was there it is. It was all she wrote. Wide open shots. You got the submission, you got the tap out coming from Roy Sanders. Big win by Cory Browning.
Wow. Very impressive by Cory Browning. Looked composed the whole time. Very, very well done. All right, let's go back to the cage for announcement or official decision. Here is Cody Gwynn.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Josh Ward has called a stop to this fight. 2 minutes and 53 seconds in the first round. Your winner, due to tap to strikes out of the blue corner, Cory Browning.
Cory Browning now 2-0 in his MMA career, wins this catchweight 165-pound bout. Cody Gwynn will talk to Cory Browning in just a moment. Our winner here tonight as Roy Sanders falls to 0-10. And Knoxville excited. A lot of fans here to see Cory Browning. He gets the win. And after posing for a few pictures, he will talk to our Cody Gwynn in the cage. Cody giving him the opportunity to get those pictures out of the way first.
All right, Cory, let's talk to you real quick. You've had a few opponent changes. It's been kind of like a game almost. They just keep taking turns stepping into the fight. That mess with your head at all, or are you just coming in here to fight whoever?
Whatever. I don't care at all. It sucks though. The weight cutting situation was awful because switching opponents, you know, sometimes you think you're going to fight, sometimes you don't. You don't want to cut weight and not fight, whatever. So we took the fight at 165 and it was fine. Yeah, that's about the only thing that was bad.
Now you fought right here. You're standing in this corner, supposed to be looking at your opponent, but you got about 200 fans sitting up there. How'd you feel having all that support tonight?
They're the best. They're the whole reason, you know. Without them, I wouldn't be here.
So what's next for you now? 2-0 as a professional. What's next? When do you want to fight again? Anybody in particular you want to fight? What's next for Cory Browning?
Snowboarding season's next for Cory Browning.
Well, there you have it. After it snows, Cory Browning be back. Cory Browning, ladies and gentlemen.